You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is going on, and welcome to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini, and we have a very, very special guest for tonight's segment, the 10 o'clock segment. So I want you guys to stick around for that, as we jump into this interview. But, you are more. You are not your car. You are not your job. You are not your bank account. These things are useful, and they help you to make your way through the world, but they do not define you. You are not your problems. You are not your failures. You are not your disappointments. These things challenge you and can ultimately help you to grow, but they do not have to limit you. You are the child who danced in the sunshine, the young person who dreamed of changing the world. You are the admirer of all the beauty around you, a spirit who cannot be tied down. You are the best that you can imagine, a bundle of possibilities yearning to be fulfilled. The shallow, superficial things will define or limit you only to the extent that you let them. Pay attention to them, but don't give your life to them. You are so much more. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
Yo, hello, and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
All right, guys, tonight's interview. Oh, wait for it. We have a very, very special treat for you guys. So yeah, I've been waiting to get this over to you guys. You know how things go. We had a busy week last week. A lot of interviews that went out, and a lot of views that we conduct. We do 3 shows a night, and you guys have been awesome being a part of our audience. So tonight's interview is the Aquarius-Jones interview, and again, I'm your host, Dini-Mussolini. Our interviews go beyond the music, go beyond the books, the films, the businesses, and into the mind of the artists, the authors, the actors, the CEOs, the people who are behind these aspirations. They give us an inside look into what they do on a day-to-day basis. And it's on days like this and at times like these where I can take a moment and I really appreciate why we do what we do at Vigilantes Radio. It wasn't always every day that I was contacted by PR, bands, interesting people, artists from all across the globe to talk about music or books or business, faith. And when it happens, I can't help but just to take the time to pause, smile, and remember that this is really what it's all about, that human connection and that ability for both the internet and people's ideas and creations to unite us all. And with that, guys, let's go ahead and welcome Aquarius-Jones to the show. Hey man, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
How's it going, sir? How you doing?
Hey man, it's going great, man. Glad to have you with us tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Oh man, most definitely. So man, how's the weather where you're at? Because the weather here in the South is a little bipolar. You know, one day I'm wearing a coat, shorts, rain boots, and then have a shovel for the freezing cold. How's it where you at?
So we're in Phoenix, Arizona, and it's actually cooling down. The summer is over, so we're getting ready for winter right now. So it's kind of 80-ish, 90-ish. So it's not, it's not too bad.
Most definitely. All right. So Aquarius-Jones, man, kind of tell us about your journey into music. Like, how did you start? Your background, your inspirations, all that good stuff. We want to know the highs, the lows, the in-betweens, and kind of how it all led to where you are now.
So I grew up, just listening to all kinds of music, old school music, and just kind of finding my niche by listening to those guys, more like Michael Jackson, more like, some of the older guys like Prince, Temptations, all that stuff, and then going on to like the hip hop with like Tupac, Biggie, and then so forth, and falling into the new genre, and kind of just finding my sound, man. So like I just kind of been listening to people, man, and then when I listen to other artists, I started to find out who I was as an artist, being able to be creative and write my own stuff and figure out who I am. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. All right. So you have a new project out, man. Let's talk about that for a second. What was the inspiration behind that?
So, it started back in July. So we just kind of been grinding and putting together a album called All In and just trying to bring out my sound and my new style and giving that versatility of who I am as an artist. The name of the first single that we had out is called All In, and the reasoning behind the title All In is because just the grind of what it took to make the track happen, just the grind of everything we put into it, the blood, the tears, the sweat, man, sometimes the arguments, and making sure everything was crisp and on point. So the song actually just lets you know that like we went all in and we gave it our all and this is what we bring into y'all. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And what about the single, man? What was the inspiration behind the single?
So the single was more of like, just saying, like I said, just making sure like everybody know that we created this from the bottom. We started from the bottom, man, and we grinded, and it just took a lot of hard work, man, to make the song happen, man. So it just pretty much explains like, you're giving your all, and this is what you want so bad. You want this so bad. This is your love. This is your passion. This is what you've been working so hard for, and this is where you want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So, what made dropping this single something you wanted to do for yourself so badly?
I feel like this single described me as an artist, man. It described me as an artist because, you know, my passion for the game is just my heart, man. Like I don't know. This is something that makes me who I am. It brings out who I am as a person, you know. And when I'm doing music, I pour in more into when I'm writing. So when I wrote this track, or what inspired me to want to push this track was, you know, just me and my team getting together and agreeing that this is the one that really expresses me the most.
Yeah. Okay. And when did you decide that this music journey of yours was the right thing for you to do?
So I really started doing my thing, man, at 16, and I just started wanting to take it to the next level once I started doing talent shows. You know, your friends, your family telling you, you know, you should start doing this, you know, start pursuing a career. So, you know, they kind of urged me a little bit to start, you know, and then I just started getting involved in everything. Anything that was out there, man, I tried to get involved in it.
Yeah. So would you consider your music to be art?
Oh, definitely. I feel like people can relate to my music because I try to paint a picture for everyone. Try to paint that picture, man, give them a visual, and when they listen to the lyrics, man, I want them to hear me clearly, you know, and listen to what I'm really trying to say. So I always try to be clear with everything I'm writing about or rapping about, you know, because I want people to know that this is who I am, and I'm going to give you the real me always.
Yeah. All right. So, by that same logic, man, does all music qualify as art? I mean, we've heard some terrible music in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I could imagine. But even if it's terrible, can we still define that as someone else's art? I mean, is all music
definitely.
art?
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, everybody put their own stories behind everything. You know, everybody has their own stories, whether, you know, people like it or not. Everybody has their own story, so people are going to express it differently.
Yeah. Most definitely. All right. Cool deal. So, and let's take a step farther, man. How does your art stand out amongst the rest? We know that this is a vast sea of talent from all over the world that do music, man, all genres. So how do you intend to have your art stand out among the rest?
So I feel like with my music, I feel like with my music, I just feel like when people hear my music, they will see that I can still put out the same kind of music as far as like entertaining people without using certain words or using,
awesome,
certain things in certain languages, and still be able to let the fans know, like, look, I can give you guys everything, but without including this. Like, it's just in my heart to know that, like, yo, I can still go hard. I can still, you know, relate in a passionate way. I can still do this without using certain words, because words are big to me, you know. And I try to give you a word that will mean that same thing, but in a different way to be more like, yo, okay, we get it, man. We understand you.
Most definitely. All right. And a record like All In, and I love the aspect that you don't need to say, you know, certain words to make popular music. You know, including vulgar language in your music to make it popular. But would you say a record like All In is a fair representation of what we can expect to find on the project that's coming out or that's out now?
Oh, definitely. With this album, which it's going to have 15 tracks on it. With this album, I pretty much feel like you're going to get like everything of Aquarius-Jones. The versatility on this album is crazy, and like I'm very anxious, you know, we're very anxious to put this out and let the world hear it, because, you know, we're confident. I'm definitely excited to get the feedback and get it out there and let the world hear Aquarius-Jones and bring this different style and sound.
Most def. And what made you choose to put that one out as the single? How was that decision made? Do you have like a round table of? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we definitely sat down. And chose between a few, and this one has that R&B hip hop feel to it, like it, because like I said, like I do the R&B and I do hip hop because I actually sing and I rap. So I do, So with this track, it kind of gave me like that, like kind of hip hop, like R&B, like it's a different swag to it, So it just stood out, man. It stood out, and we agreed on it.
Yeah. Let me ask you this, man. Like, when you're writing, when you're in your creative mode, what's on your playlist, like, that's currently inspiring you?
So, man, to be honest, like, I've always been like big fans and like entertained by like Drake, Chris Brown, Meek Mill, E40. Yeah. Those guys, man, like they just like they kind of, those are the type of artists that like keep you pumped, man, like, and it just motivates, man, and especially when you know that like you're capable to make it happen as well. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, man, those guys are very inspiring, man. And like I said, and when they go back to the old school days, I like, Snoop and all those guys, man. So definitely, man, like, but today, man, like Chris Brown, Drake, Meek, and E40, those guys, man, I love to rock with those guys.
Yeah, man. And you know what? A lot of people think E40 is like a new artist, but really,
right.
Guy's an OG, man, OG. But you've seen how his style has kind of kept the same format, but he's adapted to the wave of the industry and not necessarily selling out as others would think. I mean, even Snoop Dogg has preserved his sound throughout the ages.
Exactly. Yes, no, that's good. That right there lets you know, man. Like, it's all about if you got to cater to the fans, and if you can get those fans, man, you winning.
Yeah, man, because music is always evolving. There's always a new class of listeners, and then trying to find your niche is always the most crucial part of your career when you're starting out. Like, let's talk about you. Like, when you were first starting out, did people make comparisons to someone that you may sound like that was mainstream, or was it more of a, oh man, he has a fresh new sound, this is very organic? How was it for you?
Yeah, man, I to be honest, I always got like I said, like I sing and I rap. So when I rap, like I never really got that I sound like somebody. But a lot of people always told me when I rapped, I had a lot of hunger in my voice. Like they loved the hunger in my voice, And then like when I would sing, sometimes when I would sing, like I never thought, but like sometimes when I would sing, they say I sound like a little bit like R. Kelly, So I just be like, okay, cool, I accept it, But I never really got anything like I rap like anybody. Like I've never gotten that.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, that's very spectacular. You're one of the few.
Yeah.
All right. So, if we were to put you on a playlist, and the listeners couldn't look at the credits or the linear notes, how would we be able to tell that it's a track by Aquarius-Jones?
I think mainly when some people, like when I listen to certain music, I recognize voices. So I feel like with me, just my delivery and my voice, man, I think people will really, I think they will really know it's me when they hear my delivery and my voice. Yeah. I think I got a different style of voice when I'm doing music, or when I'm performing, or when I'm like, just like when I'm even speaking, or it's like I just got like a different voice when I'm rapping and making music.
Yeah. Okay. So I got another question, man. It's a corny question, but I'm allowed at least one corny question to interview.
Oh yeah.
So here it goes. I mean, it's not so corny, but it's like your standard business interview question. And I really hate like standard questions if you didn't tell, like, what's your stage name, where you're from. I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
But
right.
Yeah. So where do you see yourself though in 5 years as Aquarius-Jones, the artist?
So where I see myself in 5 years, it's kind of a tricky question sometimes, but I definitely see myself in 5 years, definitely reaching a lot of people, man, reaching a lot of fans, people finally get to hear my music. Like, that's just the main goal, just get my music out there, you know, and you know, keeping the faith and prayers that hopefully one day this will be something that I'm doing for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? And you know, just definitely, I want to reach the world with my music. It's one of my main things. It's reaching the world with my music, getting the respect and love, and you know, letting my voice, man, take over and do what it's supposed to do.
Most definitely. And sorry for asking that question, man, but I just got asked that question a few days ago.
No, definitely. You definitely.
Yeah. I really hate that question, and I'm a guy who lives for the moment. I mean, I do planning and everything, but it's like 5 years. I'm just trying to think about the next 5 days. I got 5 kids.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I'm trying to think about the next 5 meals, you know?
Yeah, definitely, because you can always, you know, everybody got dreams, everybody got goals, everybody got hopes, you know, everybody wants, you know, so you can only be honest. You know, you can only be as honest as possible. You know, you want these things, but you know what? You keep that faith, you keep grinding, and in the next 5 years, hopefully you're doing better than what you're doing today. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And you obviously got a ton of drive, a ton of momentum. The new project is out, man. You're rolling, you're shaking hands, kissing babies, on interviews, and all the stuff you got to do to promote an album. Ton of support. But what do you all see it leading to? And what's going to make sure that you get there?
So I believe, like I said, I really believe in my team, you know, 100%. I respect my team so much, you know, and I just like I said, I've never been in a position, you know, so, you know, great as the one I am now. So I believe my team, man, we're going to continue to make moves, and like I said, that faith is everything. So we're going to keep continuing making moves and, you know, take it a day at a time and keep doing what we're doing, you know, and just continuing to try to be successful.
All right, guys, are y'all ready for some music? Because I am. We have Aquarius-Jones with this song, All In. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Boy, tell me how that sound. Actions speak louder than words, but these artists, but I don't see my name. It's all good, I ain't tripping, I'm just making noise. I know my tracks be having them thinking, man, who is this boy? I'm that guy that have them hating to go after me when I'm on stage. I'm a show rocker, I got that go hard in my veins. Never afraid to know that I got competition, cause I'm never worried about any name out there that's ever mentioned. I go roll. That's just how we roll. We going all the way in right now, cause it's do or die. Saddle up and get ready for this ride. We going all the way in right now, cause it's do or die. Saddle up and get ready for this ride.
All right, and we are back again. That was Aquarius-Jones with this song, All In. Man, what an incredible song. Yo, he just earned a new fan. I'm going to be subscribing to all his stuff, and just in case you want to do that as well, which I think you should, I will have all the links in the description and in the show notes, so all you got to do is click those links and connect with my man Aquarius-Jones. Yo, like I said, he just scored a new fan tonight. Most definitely my type of music. Guys, I want you to respond with peace. You know, whatever things may come your way today, make it a point to let your first response be a peaceful one. There is power in peaceful calmness, the power to follow your own plans and purposes. That gets lost when you react out of anger. Now, disclaimer, I will say, if you're into it with your lady, and she's all blah, 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 anger, and you respond with the okay or some calm response, yo, answer that at your own risk, okay? A lot of time women don't want the okay or the calm response. They want you to show some emotion, or at least acknowledge their emotion or response to whatever it is that's going on. That's a smart thing to do. You know, listen to what they're saying, you know. Take in their emotional state at the time. I know sometimes it could be like, but, you know, gotta make it work. Anyway, it takes determined intention and effort to respond peacefully. The power and control it gives you are well worth the effort. Certainly you want to look out for your own interests, yet just because you are firmly determined is no reason to be angry and out of control. The greatest power is almost always in a peaceful, measured response. Do you really want to let someone else dictate your own level of stress and anxiety? Do you really want to let others control your own actions? Respond calmly and peacefully. Maintain your composure. Maintain your control. Let your first response be peaceful, and you'll make it much more effective. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bun. I just want to give a real quick shout out to Todd Wilson, who's listening in. Be sure to check out his podcast, the Bring Back Soul Music Podcast. Oh yeah, check it out. All right, let's bring my man Aquarius-Jones back on. Hey bro, you're back live with us. Oh man, incredible music. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very textured. I love it.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Man, you know, I asked about, you know, how you plan to stand out amongst all the fishes in the sea. How do you see your own role in the music scene? Are you here to change things, contribute to it, exist in it? How do you fit into it?
I mean, definitely, I definitely want to come in and make a big impact. I definitely want to stay, you know. I definitely want to come in and represent things that are important, you know. Definitely want to represent a lot of positive things, you know, and I have a plate full of things that I want to come in the game and do. You know, I've always been helpful, man, and I've always been wanting to give and help and all that. So I got a big heart when it comes to a lot of things.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Well, let all of our listeners know where they can connect with you online.
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Official Aquarius-Jones.
Awesome.
And once again, at Official Aquarius-Jones.
And listeners, just in case you didn't get those links, like I said, I do have them in the description and in the show notes. So all you have to do is click those links. They're hyperlinks. I did all the work. All right, man. I really appreciate your time, man, and sitting down and chatting with old Dini. Much appreciation, brother.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Most def. Don't be a stranger, bro.
Won't, man. Appreciate it. You have a great night, man.
You too.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.